era of social media, we have become more lonely. So that is also like a general stressor which is there, that we do not reach out to the friends. So therefore, whenever we are going into a shell, whenever we are constantly worried, whenever we make any plan but are unable to stick upon it, primary reason for the stress is that we are here in this preparation, and the kind of age which is there we are in, that is, we are in a career formation stage. So therefore, if we are not able to feel confident regarding the progress on the path of career, then that becomes the primary issue. And planning is very subjective, right? So every student is different. So one should not try to like put oneself in a prison of a timetable also. One should be very conscious with respect to what suits me at this particular point of. And well, my stress buster used to be a phone call with them. With our parents, we cannot discuss the issues which are actually our stressors.
Hello dear aspirants, I am Vishal Salsekar and I welcome you all for this special conversational discussion regarding mental health and wellness. To discuss about the challenges faced by aspirants in managing stress and anxiety during the preparation, I am joined by Himanshu Khatri sir, who is the faculty of VISION IAS. Welcome sir.
Thank you.
So sir, there are a lot of challenges with respect to the stress and anxiety that student encounters in their preparation. So what are the reasons of the stress in general, and what are the common signs that a student is having when he or she is in stress?
Well, yes, it is true that it's a very stressful journey, and the reasons, they can be divided into two categories. One are academic reasons, because the preparation itself is very tough, and second is also lack of support system, or the support system which was there, it going malfunctional. That is support of the significant others. There can be financial reasons also. There can be lack of support, from the parents side at times, from the friends side at times. So therefore they become the primary reasons as stressors, for the students. And signs are, for example, always being in a state of anxiety, always feeling that we are missing out on something, questions like where is my life going, where am I headed to, who should I talk to. Any which way, in the era of social media, we have become more lonely. So that is also like a general stressor which is there, that we do not reach out to the friends. So therefore, whenever we are going into a shell, whenever we are constantly worried, whenever we make any plan but are unable to stick upon it, so these are certain signs. Lack of sleep, that is also there. So these are the signs which one should be very, very consciously aware about.
So sir, as you have highlighted there, that there are a lot of signs regarding how the stress is building in general during the preparation journey. So there must be certain kind of strategies that one is adopting in order to manage the stress. So what are the common strategies that one can adopt in managing stress, and how that particular strategies can be implemented in practical aspect also?
See, the first primary reason for the stress is that we are here in this preparation, and the kind of age which is there we are in, that is, we are in our career formation stage. So therefore, if we are not able to feel confident regarding the progress on the path of career, then that becomes the primary issue, and therefore the primary solution should also be connected with it. And therefore, being very honest to yourself in terms of not blindly following anyone. Whenever we study anything, try to study it with focus on understanding. Develop a mindset that indeed this preparation, the syllabus of this preparation is so vast that things, they cannot be rote learned. And therefore, it is only through understanding that you will actually have a feeling that I'm making some progress in this preparation. So those elements are related to the preparation part, and then the preparation also has to be very planned preparation, and planning is very subjective, right? So every student is different. So one should not try to like put oneself in a prison of a timetable also. One should be very conscious with respect to what suits me at this particular point of time, and the signs for that are coming from inside only. For example, if you are reading a particular subject and you're gathering rhythm in it, but then your timetable says that you have to switch to another subject. Your heart is saying कि अभी तो समझ आना शुरू हुआ था अभी, but someone else, some outside authority has imposed a plan on you, and so you have to be flexible also. So first is that kind of management. Then whenever we do something with our own hands, that gives a sense of confidence. For example, if not in all subjects, at least in some, if we make our own notes with our own language, with the help of flowcharts, if we try to be, if not 100%, but to a good extent, regular on the daily tests which Vision IAS gives, or whichever coaching institute you are associated with, or even if you are doing self study. So therefore the positive feedback that you will get, that okay, my marks are nice, so therefore I'm making a progress in my career. So that becomes like the biggest. But also one has to be very conscious. One should not be in a mad race. You know that you have not prepared any topic and you are attempting a test on it, then that will become a negative feedback which will hurt your confidence. So therefore we need to be very mindful, right? So the approach of mindfulness needs to be there, that when to adopt something, when to delay something, and when to reject something. That's the primary technique which should be there with respect to academic stress. And with respect to the emotional factors, well, in my preparation time, it was not a very large group, but yes, we were a group of 4 to 5 serious aspirants. And well, my stress buster used to be a phone call with them. With our parents, I could not, we cannot discuss the issues which are actually our stressors. So therefore we cannot explain to them that this particular topic of this particular subject or that particular relationship, right? So therefore these friends are very, very important, right? So a small group of friends which are there with you, which are in this journey with you, right? So because it's possible that a person who is in the private sector, he or she may not be able to understand your stresses, right? So yeah, having that strong group of significant others, which is a healthy mix of relatives, parents, brothers, sisters, friends, right? And reach out to them, vent out your tensions to them, try to take suggestions from them, just vent out, right? For example, in my IIT preparation days, my stress buster used to be my mother. I used to come back every day from the coaching, and I used to, in the initial first few months, I used to literally cry in the lap of my mother, right? कि मतलब मेरा नहीं होने वाला. So like in my preparation for IIT JEE exam, in the first initial few months, I literally used to cry, in front of my mother, that I will not be able to clear it. And then she used to accept that yes, the preparation is hard, but don't give up, let's try. होगा ठीक है, नहीं होगा और भी ठीक है, कोई नहीं. But so therefore that kind of unconditional positive regard, that that is very, very important. And one request to the parents, please don't give your love out of a condition. Have faith in your child, right? So taunting these students, or these things, they are already very tense. It's their career. You are secondary in that project. It's primarily the project of the person who is in that exam. So therefore I don't know, मेरे लिए तो ये बहुत अच्छा काम करता था. Parents used to be like, अगर हो जाएगा तो अच्छा है, नहीं होगा तो और भी अच्छा है, राइट? बट यू जस्ट स्टे ऑनेस्ट इन योर प्रिपरेशन. बस हमारी यही डिमांड है. तो मैंने कहा पेरेंट्स, मतलब आई एम ऑनेस्ट टू माई प्रिपरेशन, फाइट तो मैं मार रहा हूँ. So I think, so therefore these kind of people, be it in the form of some mentor or some counselor or some parents or some friends, I think that is the strategy which is there.
Right. So I think this is a quite holistic strategy, because if we are not going to vent out against them, obviously that stress is getting piled up in ourselves, and that will be venting out in some other.
There can be some other things also. For example, physical exercise, meditation if you feel comfortable with it, right? Mindfulness, meditation, right? So yeah, they are important.
So sir, as we have heard that Vision IAS is also taking certain kind of initiatives in doing these kind of stress management related aspects. So can you highlight some of them?
Yeah, so Vision IAS has an initiative, right, which is Student Wellness Cell, and it is open for everyone, and it is free of cost, right? And there professional counselors are there, professional psychologists are there, and then we also have mentors for academic counseling. And therefore these are very highly qualified and trained people. They are experts of their subject matter, and students, they can very easily contact the Vision IAS headquarters, and they can fix an appointment with the counselor. And any kind of problem, in a very safe, secure and private, most important, private environment, that kind of counseling it is provided. And there the students, they can discuss any kind of issue, any kind of stressful event, any kind of stressful personal event, and then coping strategy, right? That means professional coping strategies, for example, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, it is there, and other kind of physical kind of measures with respect to how to reduce the physical aspects of the stress. For example, if some students are facing bouts of very high heartbeat, right, and all of these things, so therefore what exact measures they can be taken cognitively and physically and emotionally, right? So therefore that's a very brilliant initiative which is there, and we have a professional expertise there.
Okay, so sir, in what all manner, like as you have highlighted that there is like CBT related method, then there is a wellness cell. So in what all dimension of a student stress related aspects this particular initiative is going to help?
There are issues related to motivation, right? There are issues related to anxiety, right? Stress. There are issues related to personal problems, personal relationships, be it within the family or outside the family. There are issues of some financial factors inducing certain stress, right? So there's a variety of issues which are there. Then acad based issues are also there. um, Students, they shift out from their home and they move to a place like Delhi. Maybe they are unable to cope up with the new place, right? So therefore these kind of environmental stressors which are there, some negative tragic events if they have happened in the recent past, so therefore they also act as very very important stressors. How to achieve work life balance in the sense of preparation and life balance, how to utilize your hobbies so that they can also act as stress busters, and they can also help you in your personality development, which is also important for the UPSC personality test. So therefore these are the varieties of things, and providing clarity that at times students are not clear what is their hobby, right? Because there are interests and then there are hobbies. So which of those interests they can actually become a hobby, right? So what to pursue, right? Students at times they have some physical problems, right? Maybe issues of, there have been such cases, for example, students of, like recently one of my student underwent a surgery, right? Now therefore as a result, he has or he or she has lost out what you call as 3 months of the preparation. So how to deal with that, right? So financial constraints, right? That let's say after a point of time the family feels that they do not have enough resources. So how to deal with that stressor? You have your dream, and at the same time the family is also expecting that you should take up some responsibility. So these are different sets of problems, and how to approach them, what attitude should a student have. So that is what the professional expert counselor or the psychologist, right, that is what they deal with. And there is no taboo, it is totally secure, totally private. So one should not think, okay, that I'm visiting a psychologist or anything. So think of that expert as a counselor, as a friend, as a mentor.
So, sir, this is regarding some kind of professional support, but I think there are certain kind of inherent aspects also that student can apply in their preparation journey, like routine. So, up to what extent, like, do you think that the routine plays a very important role in managing the stress? Also, certain kind of hobby or pursuing certain kind of hobby is going to manage the stress at the student's own end.
Yeah, like Jeff Bezos and many others, they have said that actually procrastination is one of the biggest stressor, right? So therefore chill मारना, relax करना, वो actually stress को बढ़ाता है, क्योंकि ultimately at the back of your mind you have a very important goal. So therefore when you actually stay disciplined with the help of a routine which is crafted by you, right? In fact, in crafting of that, in making of that routine also, Vision IAS can help. This student wellness cell, it can help. But goals which are self-chosen, they are actually the ones which are most likely to be actually adhered to, actually followed, right? So and when you meet those goals, right, so therefore you feel that you are committed to your goal, and that in itself is a very positive feedback with respect to your psychological makeup. So therefore routine is very very important, but that routine should be yours. And you, since you are the master of that routine, so therefore you also have the flexibility that okay, in this particular context I need to be flexible, I need to amend this particular routine in this particular manner, right? So routine becomes very, very important. One size does not fit all. But for example, for me, what used to work was that waking up at 4 a.m., right? So therefore, that used to give me a head start. That by the time the rest of the world is waking up around 7 or 8, I feel like I have already covered a lot of things. But of course, I required support. Until unless I'm given tea or coffee by my mother, right? I was not able to wake up, right? So therefore, then when I shifted out to Old Rajendra Nagar, so there I used to keep like a piping hot glass of water, so that in the morning अगर कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो at least एक good पानी पिया तो it can help me out. एक बहुत ही छोटा सा टेक्निक एक्सपेरिमेंट भी वो मतलब हेल्प इसलिए नहीं है, अगर आप बहुत ही आपको पूरा फेस साफ करने का जरूरत नहीं है, आप भी ट्राई करना कभी अगर नींद आ रही हो, बहुत ही थोड़ा सा बस 2 उंगली पानी डिप करके बस आंखों पे ऐसे ऐसे हल्का सा करोगे, सरप्राइजिंगली आपकी आंख खुल जाती है, ठीक है ठीक है। तो ये छोटी छोटी चीज़ें मतलब अब ऑब्वियसली ये तो मैं अपना बता रहा हूँ कि वो सॉल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करना है ना, टू स्टे ट्रू टू द रूटीन, ठीक है। तो जब रूटीन खुद से बनाया होता है, व्हेन इट इज सेल्फ मेड, सो देयरफॉर यू कम आउट विद वियर्ड थिंग्स आल्सो एट टाइम्स टू स्टिक टू दैट रूटीन। सो रूटीन इज ऑफ वेरी वेरी हाई इंपॉर्टेंस, एंड दैट रूटीन शुड बी रियलिस्टिक रूटीन ऑल्सो, राइट? सो या, so routine plays a very very important role. Regular exercise, it releases negative chemicals from your body. There is something called runner's high, right? And then or going to the gym, right? Without overstressing yourself, so therefore that basically leads to a sense of what you call as an achievement, which is very very important.
So apart from certain kind of physical activities, there is also an important role of sleep that it plays in managing the stress, and also there is something like mindfulness meditation that is also playing a very important role. So can you briefly talk about these 2 pointers?
Yes, in fact, sleep has a very vicious cycle-like relation with stress. For example, if you do not sleep, you'll have more stress, and when you have stress, therefore you are unable to sleep, therefore you have more stress, right? So therefore stress is reason for lack of sleep, and lack of sleep is also a contributory factor to the stress, right? So definitely sleep is of very very high essence. That is why, and there are some physical factors also. For example, if you are into the habit of doing physical exercise daily, right? So fine, chances are high that because of physical reasons you will tend to not have insomnia. You'll be able to sleep, right? And when you have anxiety, what is that? That is basically stress in your mind. So if you are able to calm yourself with the help of meditation, especially which is mindful meditation, whereby it's actually like we say na, ignorance is bliss. So mindful meditation, I understand it like that when you somehow ignore the stress causing event, and you are actually focusing on your breath, right? Or you are focusing on any small thing, right? For example, if you are in front of a tree, right? So if you are observing each and every small movement of each and every smallest of the leaves, and therefore you are there totally focused, that is also a way of like partial meditation. Well, I'm trying to tell what is the mindfulness aspect of the mindful meditation. And focusing on the breath, of course, it has been proven as a very very good technique, right? Some may find it boring. Well, for that, add some music to it, right? Add some instrumental music to it, right? So therefore anything which basically is interesting and allows you to calm down, right? You like dancing, fine, go ahead, turn up the speakers or put on your headphones, dance, right? You like listening to music, listen to music, right? Vent out, listen to an emotional song. If you like emotional song, cry, right? So basically, ultimately, all of these very small things which are there, but you have to be in tune with yourself. You don't have to go into the depression mode. One of the very important factors, stress also leads to depression, and one has to be very very aware. And what is depression? Lack of activity. So whenever you feel over lethargic with respect to doing anything, right? With respect to friends are calling, let's meet up, you're like, अबे नहीं यार, ठीक है ना, नहीं मुझे नहीं आना यार, हाँ प्लान बना हुआ है सामने, ठीक है, बट कहते हैं अनेबल टू कि कौन उठेगा यार, मतलब दैट इज़ ऑल्सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी कॉन्शियस। तो फिर उस टाइम पे आप फिजिकली एक्टिव हो जाओ, ठीक है, कुछ फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज करो, कुछ गेम खेलो अगर एक्सरसाइज बोरिंग लगती है, जिम करो अगर, तो कुछ भी ऐसा करना चाहिए, समथिंग।
And I think technology also plays a very important role here in managing the stress, as you are talking regarding the music and the dance related.
Yes. Yeah, so technologically, for example, apps are there, right? So there are apps which are highly rated. You can simply Google search or on Play Store or on this App Store, and you simply write on meditation. So therefore, there are very very famous apps which are there. So you can work upon that. I think Vision IAS was also in the process, but right now I don't think there is an app. But yes, we were thinking at one point of time that there should be use of technology to give a guided path to the student for meditation.
I think, sir, that was quite holistic approach that you have suggested. So, sir, any last piece of advice to the aspirant so that they should not worry about these kind of issues and they can focus upon their preparation?
Well, the last piece of advice is only this, that focus on smart solutions, that is work hard, but always be very very aware of why you are not able to understand a particular topic, why you are getting under stress, academic reasons, exactly pinpoint, exactly find out that these are the academic reasons, this is the emotional reason, and be very mindful about these stressors, and please avail the service provided by the student wellness cell. It is open to everyone, it is not limited to Vision IA students, it is totally free of cost, and it's free. That does not mean that Vision IAS has not put in resources in it. Very highly qualified professionals are there, right? So please check it out.
So, thank you very much, sir, for joining us and guiding the students regarding this particular wellness related initiative that is being taken by Vision IAS. And I think I'm very sure that if the student are going to take the help of these kind of initiatives, the stress and other things, maybe some minor stress may be there, but yes, the majority of the aspects will be curtailed if they are going to follow this particular strategy. So, thank you very much, sir, again.
Thanks a lot for your time.
So with this, we came to an end to this particular conversational video. So you have all the ecosystem available with you at Vision IAS. Feel free to reach out to them for any kind of issues. Thank you and stay tuned with Vision IAS.